Hey everyone, Les here, Chief Analyst of BG Trading Australia. Hope you are well. Today is 14th of April 2025. I'll be covering ZIP, Cettire Ltd, a gold stock that I think would have a really good upside. So stick with me if you have missed out on gold stock. There are still a couple gold stocks there could, for some problems that they have on its production or related to its fundamentals, that had lagged behind the other gold stocks, but they could obviously also break out towards the upside. I want to cover them on this video, so stay with me. Gold price is now 3,200. This could be a very interesting video for you. And also, let's talk about rare earth because I just saw recently in the media, actually on Friday, that Linas could be one of the big winners of that. But believe it or not, on Monday last week, we already saw that, and we have entered in Linas together with some of VP members. We want to analyze the chart formation for Linas and what are the critical points, whether we could see a breakout or potential bounce from critical levels for Lynas, ZIP, Cettire Ltd, and two gold stocks as well. Let's have a look. Hey everyone, my name is Les, as I said before. This is not a financial advice, it's just us from BG Trading sharing with you how we apply BGS20 and BG Trading strategies to chase a 20 to 40% profit within 1 to 3 months. That's our goal here, with a very tight stop loss. We have been doing incredibly good trades with ZIP, gold stocks. We recently locked Resolute Mining, incredibly good trade, and we currently holding Northern Star, almost 100% profit, right? This has been over 6 month holding, although BG trading strategies consisted in 20 to 40%. When we see further upside, we hold the stock for longer, what we call a long-term target. And once we have the long-term target, if it reaches the long-term target, which has already happened with Northern Star, we want to understand what are the key macroeconomic metrics that are causing that rally to happen. And if we see there are further upside, then we're going to be holding further into what we call second long-term target. But like anything, we always have targets in place, right? Let's start with the first one, which is ZIP, and I think I owe you guys a video about technical aspect of ZIP. So as you can see here, ZIP has tested its long-term support line there. This is a Heikinaichi chart on a daily chart. Just going to decrease my face here. So if we take a look exactly, start measuring whether the stock has came down, then as you can see right there, it went down 69%, which is very, very positive. And I gotta say positive because we had a huge rally here in ZIP over since 2023, which we, by the way, took most of this rally. It was a 1,131% rally from October 2023 until November, and also tested again in December 2024. And only then, if you've been following us long enough, you would have seen that we start detecting this downturn right there in October last year. And that has been very, very accurate on RSI, sort of forming multiple down points, lower highs and lower lows, obviously highlighting the fact that ZIP was indeed into a downturn, which for me now, provided the macroeconomic outlook is still very uncertain, ZIP is trading at technically discounted price, not only for the short term, but for the long term. We couldn't take a better opportunity. Recently bought ZIP at 125 together with our VIP members, and we are most likely be closing our position once ZIP reaches the next our BGS 20 target, which is not far from what it is now at $1.50. If you are a VIP member, you know exactly what we're talking about. Obviously, there are upside potential if everything starts settling, and if we have Fed cutting rates, that will directly benefit ZIP again, and we could see a rate cut by Fed in as early as May this year. If that happens, then I could be betting for a strong upside now, potentially even see ZIP reaching $2.50 within the upcoming interest rate cut. And that will represent a breakout to the upside of this long-term downtrend that we have seen here on our RSI. So I would potentially see another lower point in the next few days, but again, it likely to test this support level here under $1.20, and if that happen, I would probably say this is a buy opportunity once again. Not buying now because we already bought it, but I would be looking at closing a position around this sort of level here if it reaches $1.90, and then trying to buy back on lower level here if ZIP tests this this support level. That's why we have VIP membership program because we provide our VIP members the exactly time when we are buying, so we don't miss out potential buying opportunity as we are buying there to lock 20 to 40% profit. Now let's move to the second one with Cettire. Cettire, as I said before, we took stop loss at around 95 cents, unfortunately, but it is trading in a very low price now, 66-67 cents. Do I think this is a good opportunity? Obviously, we already burned our cards with this stock right there, but provided that is highly shorted stock, right? By itself, I think this is extremely undervalued, especially if we have short seller squeeze. Well, I was wrong before, right? But let me share my theory with this. Now, the company came up a few weeks ago saying that the tariff from Europe export into US that we only affect a little bit, almost nothing, because the average ticket of sale for Cettire in US is about $700 not even that, and the threshold for that tariff is $800 per purchase, which means most of the average ticket for Cettire is under the threshold. Furthermore, Europe is only being taxed now, put a tariff in about 10%, which is not too bad for Cettire, because a lot of the imports of luxury brands come from Europe into US will be only paying 10% if effectively those purchases are above $800. In my opinion, this stock now is highly de-risked and it is a bargain. But I was wrong before, could be wrong here. However, I want to say this: as we took a stop loss at 95 cents, buying at the low 60s, we not only spare a lot of cash from that we save from kept holding the stock, because now we're able to buy this stock at a much lower price, but also offer a potential upside opportunity. Let's take a look on a long-term chart here on a week basis, because as you can see here, this stock has been trading around in July 2022 was trading at around 38 cents, and I had a lot of people asking that's gonna was probably going to be tested in these 38 cents. One thing I want to highlight in this is that by the time this Cettire was trading at 38 cents, the company was at reporting over $10 million loss for the year. It was a growth stock, obviously, but reporting over a $10 million loss for the year. And also, the revenue for the year was only $200 million. Just go and check it out on the past reports. Now, Cettire is generating, if the second half comes in line with the first half, will generate over $1 billion revenue, right? And the profitability is still, even though that has shrunk in comparison to the previous year, the profitability is still there. It's still a profitable company with no debt, zero debt. This is in the current rush environment. It's a very healthy position, in my opinion. And the company also has recently launched its Chinese brand for beauty products, which it could, if they succeed, which they've proven to succeed in other markets, they know how to do it. If they succeed, they also could show far better growth numbers than it has been over the last few quarters before entering to China. So for me, this is really stock to look in the radar. If eventually test these 38 cents, I think it's a bargain. Now, I have doubts that's going to be testing these 38 cents, as the weekly chart already shows a potential reversal candle. It's not a strong reversal yet, but it's sort of a consolidating, more or less kind of consolidating. We're still trying to have this bullish intersection level 2, which means the candles crossing this exponential moving average, right? Which means the stock still in downturn, but we could well see a potential short seller drying off from this level and leading to a rally towards $1 once again. Let's see how it goes. Now, the third stock I want to talk about is Linas, which is a stock that we bought recently as well. We are already 13% up with this particular stock. And I mentioned to my VIP members that Linas is the only rare earth producer outside of China, okay? And because most of the rare earth supply comes from China, US is highly interested into rare earth. So these guys are producers. They are based in Malaysia. Then most likely we could see China, which they already announced, be cutting supplies of rare earth into US. And obviously they're happening will ultimately leading for a huge demand for rare earth from US companies for Lynas. If they happen, that will reassure our theory that Lynas is not only immune from Trump's tariff, but also could benefit from Trump's tariff as well. Now, the only challenge right now is that Lynas is sort of reaching this hypothetical resistance level. I believe it could well break through this resistance level, but obviously resistance is always challenging to be breaking. So we gotta probably expect a little bounce towards $7.50 with what we call a technical breakout. So something like these guys, like this, and then breaking through. Obviously, a breakout is only confirmed in the next day if the stock closes above $8 right there. Doesn't mean it's a better breakout, okay? It needs to have a further rally next day, then say around $8. It closes again around $8.10, $8.20. then that's when we read as a breakout. At the moment, there's no breakout yet. Ideally, if you're going to buy this now, would be buy close as possible of this red level here, which is $7.20 if that happens again, right? So the name of the game now is full diversification. So now let's talk about a gold stock. If you miss out the rally of gold stocks, right? Obviously, we have been very profitable with gold stocks. We did trade many gold stocks, including Resolute Mining, which is stock exactly going to be talking about now in this video. So Resolute Mining, we've done 2 trades last year. One off of 40%, the other one I think was about 24% profit. And we're really looking to getting back to Resolution Mining now. And the reason is I'm going to be sharing with you right now. And the second stock that we did was Remelius, then Perseus Mining, then we did Evolution Mining, right, around 60%, and then we holding Northern Star, which is almost reaching 100% profit from our entry. But these two, Evolution Mining and Northern Star, has been a long-term holdings for us. We sold Evolution Mining a few weeks ago, right? But we're still holding one. And we're looking at potential buying opportunities, as I honestly think gold stocks are still undervalued. Even though most of them are trading at FOMO levels, I think they are still undervalued in my opinion, as gold stocks and gold price are actually opening a gap of difference, historically speaking, of course. Now, trading a technically discounted price for the long term, as you can see, there is a reason why this stock has crashed, and that's because the Mali government has put a one-off huge tax for this company. And there was problems with a CEO being arrested, and it was a mess. And that's the problem with these type of companies that produce offshore, especially in the third world countries, which the government is not very stable. I actually spoke about Revolution Mining a few months ago in one of our videos. But now, what we realize is that this company has reported a net loss for the last financial year, okay? And that was a result of this huge tax input by Mali government, but there was only one off, right? The new taxation policy for this type of company has been released, and that represents an increment of $250 US, giving or taking for the all-in sustainable cost of this particular company, which was very competitive, around 1,400 US. So now it's going to be up around 1,650 US, giving or taking. Now with gold trading double of that, I bet this company will be reporting at least $90 million profit for the upcoming report. That's the reason why I think this is a stock that is undervalued. And there are obviously the risks that I have shared in this video is still subjected to other similar risks like this, weather events, more unstable political events. But if nothing of that happens, everything goes according to the plan, I think Resolute Mining is completely undervalued and could see well moving towards 60 cents, 70 cents in no time, as gold prices now at 3,200 US, and those companies will start reporting a huge profit. Another thing is those companies use generators and a lot of fuel to be able to energize their operations, and with oil prices really low, that will even increase further the profitability of most of those gold stocks. So I think gold stocks still a buy, but obviously, as per our strategy, we're looking to buy stocks that are trading at technically discounted price for the long term at least, and that is the case for Resolute Mining. Another one I spoke recently in a video is, here you go, Kingston Resources. It's a very small mining company, but if gold stocks go through a what we call FOMO levels, then this one is likely to break out as well. So this is another stock here that I think I will be expecting a breakout. Small producer, still at net loss, but I believe as we speak, I was recording this video, these companies is turning around. Kingston Mining is turning around into a net profitability company, at least for the short term, as gold prices are trading extremely high levels, historical high levels, and we could see this is a stock that we could see not only doubling but even tripling in price right there as soon as we see a breakout of this long-term hypothetical resistance level around 12 cents. So if that goes to 12 cents, then obviously would be almost let's just measuring here from today, so be 37%, but if you go to 16%, we're pretty much doubling. So 17%, we're pretty much doubling the price of this particular stock. And then if you're able to take this rally, as I think most of analysts are missing that out, as soon as the gold stock start going nuts, I think the market would try to find any gold stock that are producing to invest, and this is a gold stock that it is undervalued. That has recently raised capital, and I'm pretty sure with this last capital raising gold prices at this price, they're probably done of raising capital for a foreseeable future. And if that is true, we more than likely will see this 12 cents level at least to be tested, and that represents 40% profit on this particular stock. Okay, that brings this video to the end. Thank you for watching. Hope that was valuable. Let us know what you think on the comments below about all those stocks. If you think there's going to be another market crash within the upcoming weeks, let us know in the comments. But before I finish this, keep close eye on unemployment rates in the US. That is the key fundamental metrics that will dictate whether US it is or not entering into a technical recession. If the US enters into technical recession, if we see those indications in the market, then we could well see another leg down on the S&P 500, NASDAQ, especially tech stocks, and it would represent another 10-15% down from this particular level. Okay, at the moment we don't know anything. It's impossible to see what's going to happen with those tariffs, especially Donald Trump backflipping a lot of it's saying in the last few weeks. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But as uncertainty stays, gold prices most likely will keep moving up or staying at the current levels. That's what we bet at the moment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye.